I'm Gary McIntyre, and I came to Next Level and Dr. Wong. It was actually the day before Memorial Day. I was in the ER. I couldn't walk. I had basically been bedridden for probably 4 or 5 weeks. I have a job where I sit anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day, and my back had just completely given out on me. So I was just miserable. Just totally miserable. I go to the ER. They're trying to get me on all sorts of different drugs. The doctor that I saw said I'm probably going to need to get surgery. And I just thought, there's got to be something else I can do. I'm too young. I don't want to have back surgery and have to deal with all that. And it's funny because when I was in the ER, my wife was waiting for me in the car, and she had gone on Nextdoor and said, does anybody know somebody that can help my husband's back problem? And Dr. Wong responded to her right then. When I come walking out of the ER, she's like, hey, I've got you an appointment for tomorrow with a physical therapist. I really didn't have a whole lot of hesitations because I was just willing to try anything that didn't involve drugs or surgery. And if I could stay away from drugs and surgery, I was gonna do anything that I could not to do that. And that was, I guess it was just my complete aversion to that is what just kind of made me say, I'm going to give this a try and see what happens. Because, as far as the cost goes, at that point, I would have paid anything to be able to move around pain-free. I feel like a different person. I've been able to do things that I haven't been able to do in years and years. I'm starting to get back into sports that I had just completely given up and thought, because of my back, there's just no way I'm ever going to be able to do that sort of stuff. And it's just, I can't express enough how different my life is here 6 months later, than it was when I come limping in there the first time. And it's just completely changed my life for the better. I can't express enough, what a big difference Dr. Wong has made in my life, in my wife's life. Just things are completely different for us now. I would just say that you should give it a try, especially if you've never tried it before. It's worth a chance because, again, if you think about cost, a surgery is not going to be cheap. You're going to deal with that for the rest of your life. So regardless of how much it costs, I think it's worth it to explore, everything that you can to see if you can get yourself in the condition to be able to do what you want to do. And again, that's something else that I think Dr. Wong is really good about is right up front, he's going to ask you, what do you want to get out of this? What are you trying to do? Is there something that you haven't been able to do, or you just want to be able to play with your kids or walk your dog or whatever it is, or go play a sport, and he'll get you to where you need to be to go do what you want to do. The last thing I would say is that I was just really impressed with Dr. Wong's knowledge. I've just never asked him a question that he didn't have a great answer for, and be able to just kind of tell me step by step by step, here's what we're going to do. This is the way to do it. And if you'll just have enough buy-in to stay with it and stay with the program, you can definitely get where you want to be.